And I just have to be brutally honest, man. You know, I don't really have a good way to sort of tiptoe around this or whatnot. But to me, it was pretty off-putting when in the first scene you have Fisk and that dude, and there's just some obvious ADR, which means additional dialogue recording. So oftentimes when you're editing a film, you'll be like, oh man, I wish this character would have said this here. It would have helped the flow of the scene a little bit better. You can do it, what they call additional dialogue recording. Bring that actor back, put him on a soundstage, and they say it, and then you edit it in. Sometimes it's less noticeable than other times. And at the beginning of this episode of Daredevil Born Again, the ADR for me was so distracting. And unfortunately, like, it felt like a gut punch. Because I thought we were over it. I thought we were past patchworking the old version of the show together with the new episodes. I thought this was going to be like the first truly new episode. And it's a Frankenstein episode, you know? And immediately that kind of set me off. But beyond that, I would argue that the writing and pacing and the character stuff throughout this entire episode is completely unbalanced, super whack. There's characters that have barely been in the show making huge character moments that are supposed to be impactful, and you can kind of feel that like maybe that would have worked in the slow burn version of the original show, but it's just simply not working right now. This is to me incredibly underwhelming, and really frustrating. You know, really frustrating. Muse himself, hate him. The actor himself did a good job. I don't think this is on the actor. But the way Muse is used in the show is awful. Absolutely awful. Barely in it at all. Like, slow burn, like, background thing. And then all of a sudden, the most important thing in the world in 2 episodes, Matt's in his lair. Then he's back in the lair after not knowing shit about the lair. Man, when he felt that painting after feeling his girl's face and shit, I burst out laughing. Absolutely ridiculous. Like Looney Tune level. Re-fucking-diculous. So I mean, again, I'm trying not to go too hard on it, but like, man, I'm about as disappointed as you can fucking be, and that's crazy because the show, like, even being fair to the show, you could say it's mid, right? It's had some incredible episodes. For the most part, it feels unfulfilled. You know what the show really feels like to me? This feels like an abridged version of the shitty show they made in the first place, which is unfortunate because I think. And I was actually trying to figure this out, so I'd love some feedback here, right? I can't decide whether or not it was Marvel that really leaned into the creative overhaul and kind of like tried to use it as a marketing campaign, or did fans and even content creators like myself, did we look at the creative overhaul and add too much hype into it? Did we mistakenly sell it as something that it was not? Because either way, whichever way happened, it has led to a pretty unfulfilling circumstance. Because this is the old show, 7 fucking episodes of the old show, and that's the abridged version. This thing was supposed to be 18 episodes. Oh my god. Yeah, it's dude, it's tough because I almost feel programmed to let it go. You know, being a Marvel fan is so wild, and we're kind of constantly thinking about the next thing and getting hyped up for the next thing, almost to the detriment of the current thing. It almost feels like whatever's currently coming out for Marvel really isn't even in the story. Perhaps that'll change when we get into Avengers and maybe Fantastic Four. But the whole experience of being a fan right now is super weird. Like, I don't even know how mad I should be about this. There's a part of me that thinks I should be fucking furious about this. Like, flipping tables, being super toxic online, you know, calling for Kevin Feige to step down. Like, dude, there's a part of me that truly believes that, I mean, think about it this way. I'll say it this way. We're 4 months into the year. Just started the 4th month, so kind of like 3 months into the year, okay? And we have been delivered one of the worst fucking MCU movies ever in Brave New World. I know not all of you agree, but you're wrong. It is shit. And then this show, which is the most unfulfilled Daredevil season I've ever seen, and I've spent fucking hours, basically, living in the world of a mid-ass Daredevil show that I just really don't, I just don't, So, I mean, I don't know, brother. I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's an awkward thing for me because, like, I don't want to just get super toxic, and I do think there's a lot of good stuff on the way. But from where I'm standing right now as a Marvel fan, like, dude, y'all are so far away from what you used to be. You're so far away from greatness. And this Daredevil show really hurts, man. Like, this shit hurts. I really don't like this show. And I cannot believe I got so excited for it. And I feel bad for trying to hype people up about it. I mean, think about how far removed from the optimal fan experience this is. I'm sitting here literally feeling shitty about making videos and talking about it on stream, trying to get people hyped up, saying like, nah, this is the one, like Marvel's gonna figure it out here. And what did they do? The same bullshit they've been doing for years. They fucking hack jobbed this shit. They figured out the cheapest and honestly most disingenuous way to sell this thing. The marketing for Marvel is, it's fucking things up because it's so far removed from the quality that the product has that it's like this boy that cries wolf situation where, like, I don't know that I can even believe the marketing next time they're like, oh, well, you know, this is the really good one, or we fixed this thing, etc., etc. Like, the amount of goodwill that I have left for the MCU is diminishing by the day. So I don't know, man. I mean, there's you know, to be fair, there's another side of me that's like, dude, whatever. Like, we know what it is. This thing came out from a fucked up time at Marvel. They tried to change it. They basically just, I mean, be real with you, I think they just removed all the super overtly political shit. I think the priority was not as much to make the show a lot better, but to make the show less offensive to a large group of fans. And, like, again, like, I understand that philosophy, but just cancel the whole fucking thing and remake it. Like, this is so weird. This, like, in-between world. Like, Captain America Brave New World is barely a movie. It is this skeleton, zero meat on the bone, like, paint by numbers, safe as fuck. You feel like you're in a reality show with Sam rather than following Sam on a. It's one of the worst experiences I've had in the movie. It is the opposite of art. It is all the shit that all the anti-AI people claim is coming. It's already here. It's total slop, like horrible. And I mean, Daredevil is not that. There is some like genuine good stuff here. But you know what Daredevil's ultimate crime is? Daredevil's ultimate crime is just not having the balls to go the whole way to reboot it. And instead just cleaning up for political purposes the old version of the show. It doesn't have a heartbeat. It doesn't have a point. It's not trying to say shit. It's not art, you know, in my opinion. And look, commercial art is always a funny thing because you have to balance the business responsibilities, the commercialism with the fan fulfillment and the entertainment. Always. But the bottom line is Daredevil is an example of them getting it wrong again. And man, that's just hard. That's hard for me. You know what I mean? So like a lot of people say, oh, you're way too harsh or you're just a hater, rage bait or whatever, right? No, not at all. But I will flame that shit. You know what I mean? Like if I genuinely see it for that, if that's the way I read the train, I gotta say it, you know, and I can't mince words. Like this from where I wanted to be as a fan to where I am as a fan experiencing the show, my God, what a letdown. Yeah, so that's where we're at with this. Now, like, what does that mean for the future? I have no idea. We got 2 more episodes, and look, they're probably going to be bangers. They're probably going to feel completely different than the rest of the fucking show. And that's cool and fine. Like, I'll take it for what it is, you know? Get a little mad, you know, actually doing some cool Daredevil stuff. I bet the Bullseye shit when he comes back is going to be crazy. Basically, all the new stuff they shot, which they sandwiched around the Goobly Glob, it's probably going to be pretty good, right? Season 2? Seems like they fucking figured it out. Karen back, Foggy probably back. Actual double D's, actual fighting all the time in the episode. Matt's Daredevil the whole time. Okay, cool. But why do I have to wait for season 2? Why did I have to go through this carnival ride of like, hey, like Marvel's like basically like, let's act like these people are stupid as fuck and they don't know that we've been creating dog shit for years and we have a whole bunch of leftover dog shit in the pipeline. We're going to shit it all out in 2025 before we really turn it around next year. And let's just pretend they... Thanks for watching. And if you like this clip, smash a like on the actual video and subscribe to this channel. That way more of these clips get into your feed. I've also linked the full episode below if you want to check out the entire thing, including the Q&A we do with fans. You can also watch this show live. We do it live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And you can also find all of my content, including the videos I put on my main YouTube channel on the podcast feed.